Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston Chester, and I'm glad you're here this morning. We appreciate your viewership. As always, we'll get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. We're looking at a high today of 89 and a low of 69. That's right, it's in the 60s. First time it's been in the 60s for a while. It's going to be a little cooler even tomorrow night. So exciting times on the weather front here. Take a look at our water temperature in the pier, brought to us by Maranta Coffee Company, Miss Ariel Payne and her company. We're looking at this warmed up again. It's going up to 80, right at 88.7, 89 degrees at the end of the pier. River reading brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. The Appalachian Cola at Bluntstown is a 6.7 this morning, level out, pretty level for on the rest of the week, looks like. The Choctaw at Caryville, 5.7. Starting to drop out a little bit. It's going to be dropping out for the weekend. Right here, we're in the middle of the week and getting a good look at things. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Again, deep tide. I mean, this whole week has been just flat all week. It's going to get a little better this weekend, but technically high around noon and then low tonight. So anyway, that's what old timers say. It's going to be low around noon and it's going to be around dark, it's going to be low. They didn't give times on that. I remember hearing them say that kind of stuff. Marine forecast north at about 5 to 10. And I was going to call Seaquarter Marina, and but I got a busy signal. When's the last time y'all heard a busy signal? So anyway, let's let me mention this. I wrote it down here. This is the fall, early fall, and school has started back, and it's always first part of the school year. Always Friday night lights, and I want to encourage you to support your local high school football team, band, cheerleaders, student body, and support them any way you can. Go to ball games. It's just a good, wholesome Friday night when you can get the community together. I know I follow it pretty close, and I've always been an important part of my life on Friday night lights. And also, of course, you know what Saturday is. All kind of good games when college football is kicking off. I just want to mention it. A lot of times the outdoors and ball players and cheerleaders, all that sort of goes together. They do things together. And I know the Gators have a really tough game this weekend. They're playing Long Island University Sharks, so that's going to be a real close one there. But some really good ball games coming up. So let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Y'all got to hear this, okay? Hold on. Call Seaquarter Marina. Y'all hear that? That busy signal? When's the last time you heard a busy signal? Jeff and I sit here talking, you just don't hear them anymore. So anyway, we'll check with them maybe tomorrow, see what's going on down that way. They're good folks and great place down there. What a unique place in that Franklin County area. I'm concerned about the county commissioner voting 4-1 when 30 out of 32 people at the meeting speak against the ordinance for the land developers wanted to do, and they 30 out of 32. And they voted 4-1 against those 30. That just concerns me. Let's get moving on. This is along the same vein of thought. How about this? This is a lot of Central Florida people here. Cows, not condos. Sabo, Florida. They're seeing this so much now. I mean, we've always seen it coming, but it is so evident in the Central Florida area, and all the pastures and orange groves and all just been just destroyed. Period of that. Anna Robbins. Anna's one of my former students, and I just loved Anna in my class. And she's her husband is the music minister at St. Joe United Methodist there. So here's what happened. She was a good outdoor student, and when you lose your weight and don't want to go to the store, you improvise. She's out there fishing for dinner. Okay, so look at here. She's caught some, but she lost her weight. She didn't have anything to get it down. So what did she do? How about making your own weight and throw it out there in St. Joe Bay? And I am so proud of you for improvising, and it's good. I see her every now and then, pretty regular now, since Wendy's moved down there. So anyway, I text back, I sent her a message. I said, awesome, outdoor ed girl. And she replied, she sent me the picture of her dinner, and she supplied dinner. Dinner is fantastic. So you see what she cooked up right there. You can live off of the land and the water. Good job, man. I'm proud of you. All right, this is Greg and Lynn Brudnicki. This is their grandson, Alex, up there. And they live in Tallahassee. Mom, Lauren, she's works with a state attorney, I believe. She has a great job there, outstanding lawyer up there for the state. And right now, they can go to a camp called Joe Budd Conservation Camp. A big old smile. Greg said, and Lynn said that their grandson loves the outdoors, and it's so neat. What's cool about the Joe Budd area, it's over in Gaston County, and the tie-in we have with it, Joe Budd's grandson and I went to school together, graduated together, and I've told you before, there's a huge hunting area on the river in between Tallahassee and Quincy. And the family ended up, they were going to sell it, but ended up selling it to the state of Florida, which was just awesome because there were just beautiful property there. So you see the results of it. Here's a young 8-year-old, and they have a little fishing camp, and then go. And these are things we're talking about doing. You know, if a family wants to sell land, don't sell it to developers. Keep it for things like that. Joe Budd, the cigar man. That's how he got his money. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. This is Bill Roxby sent this. Bill, over in Santa Rosa, he said, hey, we took your advice, because we were talking the other day, we took your advice, we went over to Cape San Blas, my wife's birthday. She loved it. We caught so many, we ended up throwing that whole bag back. 45 minutes. I was begging everybody to stop catching scallops. I never go by how much we catch, it's just how long it's going to take me to clean them. So anyway, that's what happens. You get back to the boat, and everybody, you got over your limit, so you throw them back. And this is what I talked about yesterday. You just throw them back and reseed them. And throw them back in different places too. Scatter them out. Okay, here, this is something cool I ran across. We often talk about arrowheads, finding them. But this guy's a collector, and he made his own collection, and he, I guess he maybe traced the outline and just cut it out. What great craftsmanship. And what a great way to display your collection of arrowheads. And there's a fellow up there in Wausau. I'm going to come see you soon. I know you gave me a couple, and I'm going to come see you hopefully next week. We'll see. No, next week, week after. Okay. All right. This is just a. I've had Brittany Spaniels before. Okay, here's the 3 generations. Okay, and from front to back. Here's the granddaughter, the grandmother, the mother, and the aunt. Okay, they're a special breed of dogs, the Brittany Spaniels. They're so smart, and they want to please you so much. And I love my Brittany. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's add a couple of names. These folks keep sending in names. We'll keep adding to the pot. Hopefully you'll win. From Southport, Susan Hahn and Ron Hahn from Southport. Okay, got them in here, and we'll have our drawing soon, and hopefully we'll draw your name out there. I get people ask me every now and then, is my name still in the pickle jar? I promise you we won't take it out unless we let y'all know about it. Okay, one thing we're talking about, different things at Howard Creek, and I talk about it a lot because I have a place down there. It's always been a special place, but the river camps all on Apalachicola, on the Choctahatchee, those river camps are just a special part of Florida Panhandle heritage, and they sort of grow on you as a kid, and it's always been a part of your life. So this is, at Howard Creek now, just a lot of folks live there full time, and a lot of us go down for the weekend or whatever whenever we get down there. But the store down there, Levon Brooks Billsma, here she is right here. Levon, they have a place down there, and lighting by Levon, just love that lady. But anyway, I want to show you the little store there, the Howard Creek Country Mart. But they've opened up a little cafe. It's not a restaurant, it's a cafe. But look, they got breakfast. Look at these prices: pizza, sides. Bo and Miranda Rollins are now the owners, but I see right there in the center, a barbecue sandwich, I get one of them every time I go down there. I mean, they're delicious. So anyway, I want to mention some all kind of stuff. I just want to mention it, and I want to, as we're getting into cooler weather, I want to start coming up with some ideas for y'all to take like a day trip. for no matter where you live, just run down somewhere for the day. You know, get out, look around, walk around, and just move around and see some unique sights. Well, Howler Creek is unique, so you can just drive down there, get your barbecue sandwich, whatever, drive down the boat ramp, drive down Saws Creek Road, and just get out and walk around and see how long it takes you to find a snake. Won't be long. But anyway, day trip's coming up this fall. We're going to maybe do a little special on that. Okay. The Mullins family, Brad Mullins, and talking about dogs, and Stephanie. Anyway, look how that little dog, they're back there skiing, being pulled by there, and that little dog just fascinated. I'll tell you what, I can't keep her eye off that tube. Brad Mullins. Okay, let's see. Gail didn't want me to put this on. Thank goodness you're here. Take these and I'll go look for my wife. That's just been a joke. It's really a joke. But I love this one here. Hunt as much as you possibly can. You'll run out of years long before you run out of the love you have for it. And that takes me to this area right here. Let's jump from hunting into the sea trout symposium. I mentioned this the other day. It's coming up today. Okay, so I know you're not going to drive down there, but here, maybe you can get the information from it. But I just want to show you the things they're going over. I hope we can get it online. You can register, but it's a sea trout workshop, which is unusual. It's down in Daytona Beach, and the agenda. Okay, let's go over the agenda. It started this morning in about an hour. Of course, opening remarks. Okay, right there at 8:45. Now, what is the status of the spotted sea trout in Florida? And they're going to give the biology folks are going to give data on what they found out. And at 9:40, the sea trout management at 10 o'clock. And then at 10:20, the Tampa Bay Estuary Program. They're talking about how they're restoring, okay? And then at 10:50, this stuff is good. I would love to sit there and listen to this. Habitat restoration. Is that not strong? Then after lunch, your survey, they're talking about the angler survey and the breakout sessions and different staff. And then they'll do all kind of stuff and adjourn. That's a day-long meeting, and that is so good. That's like I say, down in Daytona. I want to encourage them when I talk to some of the FWC people to have one of those symposiums up here in the Panhandle somewhere, and get that. Do the same one. Maybe just come up here and present it to us. In fact, I want to really encourage them to do that. And speaking of, I asked Chris Bowley. I talked to him yesterday to call to get in touch with Florida Wildlife Research Institute and see what they think their reason for the abundance of scallops, the huge abundance of scallops this year. And he's going to get the feedback from them. And like I say, he can get through to them a lot quicker than I can. I'm put on hold a lot of times, not on purpose. They just put you on hold, and you don't get to talk to people you want to talk to. All right, I'll try to run across some things. But get back to a spotted sea trout. That is a money fish for these inshore fishermen, really. The redfish is mainly catch and release, but the money fish, people want to catch those trout, okay? The original money fish. That's what Captain Roy made a living off of as a guide. I got some jokes here. These are some dad jokes, okay? So anyway, I run across them, okay? The big one right there. I put my grandma on speed dial. I call that Instagram. And then a couple of others. Energizer Bunny arrested. He was charged with battery, and then left knock jokes, a Nobel Prize. I love these kind of things. This one I just showed a while ago. I had it blown up. This is interesting. I try to get feedback from a lot of folks, and this guy right here. This is interesting on the take of the flounder. Last night was the second night in a row I didn't see one flounder while I gigged. I usually stick at least 2 or 3 a night at a minimum. And I always see at least several shorts. I haven't seen anything in the last 2 weeks. Any ideas why? And he goes the same spots, same sandy spots, and haven't gone looking in the bayous yet. And then just asking, my take on it right now, the water temperature has been so warm. I really think they're really staying in the deeper water and hadn't really come up there on the edges yet. It hadn't started migratory path right there. So that's gonna be interesting. You got any ideas? And you know what? I haven't seen a bunch of flounder gigging pictures. Joe Eddie, I hadn't heard from him lately, and maybe he's getting some. All right, let's move on. How about this? We're on a lot of dogs today. Hey, my name is, stop that. Sometimes they call me, get back here. Can we all identify with that with our dogs? Okay, this is important now. This is from Nick Tramontano, but a lot of people have posted it. The meeting was last night, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happened. But you could stop the ban. They were first going to ban shark fishing, and now they added surf fishing. To ban shark fishing and surf fishing on Mexico Beach. I certainly signed the petition because there's no way they should stop surf fishing. Here's what the problem is. I understand what they're saying. People get out there and shark fish and they chum the water and then got kids in the water, and I understand what they're talking about. But these guys that know what they're doing, they have guide service, they're going to do it at night away from people. I know some of the guys, they're going to do it right. What happens, you get some folks coming down from Georgia, don't do anything better, and they just throw some fish out there, and they don't even think about sharks in the water. So I can see that problem being a problem there with the tourists and the Tourist Development Council. But surf fishing, there's no way you should ban surf fishing. Mexico Beach is a huge area. Once they do that and get the foot in the door, we're all going to be in trouble. It'll be St. George Island next and Cape San Blas next. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Thank you all again for watching our show. We really do appreciate it. I'm not just saying, we appreciate your viewership. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, Port St. Joe, 2:35 to 4:35. This morning, just past that, afternoon, 2:56 to 4:56. And be sure to tune in tomorrow. I've got two special guests. All my guests are special. These two guys I've known a long time. They're coming on the Florida Highway Patrol. Some state troopers coming on Panhandle Outdoors. How about Jason King? He's a public information officer. I've known him for a long time. And you're not young anymore, Wes Harsey. If y'all know Ken Harsey, the state trooper. Ken's grandson, Wes, who's been with the Highway Patrol for quite some time in the family. So I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to talk about outdoor stuff, and I'm going to talk about some of you folks feeding too much and, the kind of things y'all are doing. So anyway, be sure to tune in tomorrow. Let's move on with one thing about social media. It really helped me on the show because I can keep in touch with the conditions at different parts of the Panhandle, on the river, of course, and then on the beach area. And algae and seaweed has been a problem this year. And this is over at Dune Island. So one of the this is the surf fishing page. Is the algae gone? I need to fish Dune Island and topsail. I like that. I need to fish. And here's the reports. I like the top one. Go look. Ain't that the truth? Just go there and look. Don't let other people do your homework for you. And then, so anyway, Brad Simon says, no, it's still here. And then Jeremy says, I was at Dune Island this weekend. It was pretty bad. It wasn't as bad in the morning, but about 10, 11, it sort of washed in. So anyway, that's the condition at Dune Island. Okay, jumping in. I have not done this page in over a year or so, do-it-yourself deer blinds, and I ran across this the other day. This is a culvert pipe, and just put it close where you want to hunt, then roll it the rest of the way. Okay, so anyway, check this out. Is that not innovative? Okay, here's a little latch. Is this not a homemade contraption? It's got a little notch in it. I love little details. And you can close the door. And then the pipe, look at the little pipe right there. That's is that not creative and innovative? And then you have a chair. That chair, I think it came out of an old car at the dump yard, I think, at the junkyard. Anyway, cool stuff. And then so I went online, I looked at the page just to get a couple more, and this guy posted, my friend built this stand, the floor is 21 feet high. He's a retired lineman. I could see them, there's no way you could pay me to go up in something like that. But anyway, it looks like a retired lineman did build that. And let's see, I got one more. I think I want to show you one more. Yeah, this is normal here. Put it on a trailer, and I'll get bigger tires. but that's convenient that way too. Okay, talking about one-day trips. This is what I was thinking about last night. If you get a chance to go down to Apalachicola, we take it for granted, but they actually have the Museum State Park. And Dr. John Gorey, he was in 1851. He got a patent on mechanical refrigeration, which led into the actual air conditioning. But what he was trying to do, there's so much of the yellow fever going around, and he knew the patients, they needed to cool down. So anyway, here's some pictures of it. This is a replica. This is of the machine he actually built to actually cool things down. And it's a museum. That's a great one-day. I don't know the little girl. She's cute, but it's actually a one-day trip. Drive down there, visit, have a good lunch at all the good places to eat down there. But I've been to it, but it's been a while since we've been to it. But it's people don't realize what a great area it is just to visit like that. And also, if you have time going down towards St. Mark's, there's all kinds of places down there to visit. But the blue crab, we've been talking about catching blue crabs. Look at this right here. This guy, he finished fishing this morning, then he dipped up a mess of blue crabs. Also down there in St. Mark's, they're saying that redfish is not in the Big Bend. This is the Big Bend area, not the Panhandle area. But again, what we get is a reflection from what we see there, what's going on there a lot. And then one more, this is Appalachian Bay Inshore. It's off the refuge. There's a refuge down there. A great picture of some really good fishing down around the St. Mark's area. Okay, so I wanted to point out so many different places here at the Panhandle. But one-day trip, that's going to be something fun to do. And I encourage you to do it this fall, especially the fall wildflower bloom between East Point and Teologia on Highway 65. That is a beautiful area. It goes through Tate's Hell. And go down to visit going down to St. George Island and have lunch down there. There's so many things you can get out on a Saturday. If you're working 5 days a week and in between the seasons, just get in the car, get in your truck, and you and your wife or kids, just drive down and spend the day, especially like at a state park or something. Good stuff. All right, I got to wrap it up for today. We appreciate the viewership. Don't forget, tomorrow now, these special guests coming on, the Florida Highway Patrol State Troopers. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.